this week's theme is adventure. Or originally, I was gonna go like do something like, I don't know, something different, something new. Just go out and like do something I've never done before. But my schedule got really, really, really busy. If you guys haven't seen my Snapchat, I've been on a movie set. I'll give more details on that a little bit later. Cool. So I guess like the adventure that I want to be talking about today is my adventure when I planned my trip to Europe. So it all started when I lived back in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And for everyone who's asking, no, I'm not from there, but I did live there for about 6 years until I moved out here to LA. I went summer 2015, but I ended up going with my dad, and everyone would always tell me like, go get a travel agent, like it's gonna be so much like easier, and like it's gonna be like a little more expensive, but you'll have a great time, like everything will be planned out and stuff. And I was 21. I had just turned 21. I started like just like looking through stuff on Google, and seeing like what fun stuff there is out there to do. I found I'm not like promoting them or anything. I mean, kind of am because they're really really helpful, but I'm not getting paid for this or anything. But Airbnb, it was like my first time traveling and I had no idea. And I've heard about a bunch of like kind of like scam like websites, kind of like Airbnb, but they weren't Airbnb. But I ended up going with Airbnb. I had read some like reviews like in like just like in the app and stuff, and it seemed really really reliable, and it really was. We drove from Albuquerque, New Mexico to LA because plane tickets from LA are way 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 cheaper than flying out from Albuquerque for some odd reason. But it yeah, so we ended up driving to LA, and my mother and a few of her friends were already here, so we just kind of met up with them. We were with them for about like a week, and then from there I flew out to Europe. But it was weird. Like instead of kind of like going through like across the U.S. and just kind of going that way, I guess, which is like the normal way, we ended up flying like across Canada, and like I think it's Greenland or something like that. We ended up in Russia, in Moscow, and that was pretty cool. I do want to go explore more other than just like the airport in Moscow, but I mean I can say that I've been there. So we ended up in Moscow, and we had like a 6 hour, 7 hour delay until our next flight, which flew into London. Which I know it's weird, like why would you like go over and then have to go back? Like I have no idea. It was cheaper, so that's what I ended up doing. And 6 hours later, we end up flying to London, and we actually used Aeroflot, which is like the Russian airlines, and I really, really, really like. I had a great experience with them. We ended up flying into London, and that's kind of something that I probably should have planned out a little more. Was like the next thing, which was instead of flying from Russia to London, I should have just flown to Paris because that's where I was heading to next. But I was younger and I learned my lessons and stuff, which is fine. But I flew into London. I had to take a taxi from the Heathrow Airport to the Gatwick Airport, which is about like a taxi drive of like an hour or something. It was really really expensive. I ended up doing that, and then from there we flew to Paris, and we were there for roughly about 2 or 3 days, if I remember correctly. And I loved Paris. Like it was amazing. There was kind of like a little, not like a little mix up, like something had happened to like the place we were staying at in Airbnb. So as soon as I got off the airplane, I like messaged like the guy like on Airbnb, and I was like, hey, I just landed in the airport, how do I get to like the place? And I thought I was gonna have to take another taxi, and the guy was like, no no no, just take the like the underground metro. And he said I can get off on like certain exits and stuff, and that's what I ended up doing. We just kind of took the subway there. On the way there, because there was Wi-Fi on the metro, I believe. On the way there, the Airbnb guy is like, "Hey, so the apartment complex just had a power outage. It's very very dangerous, and nobody can stay there." I was like, oh crap, like what am I gonna do? And I thought I was being scammed at first, but that did not end up happening. Like it was awesome. Everything worked out. On our way there, the guy like messaged me and he's like, oh, I can like upgrade you to one of my other rooms, for I think it was like 100 more euros a night. But I mean, like I was a college student, I was kind of broke, so I was like, I messaged him and I was like, no, like I don't have any extra money. Like I'm a student, and like like I just don't have the extra money. And I thought he was gonna be like, oh, okay, well I can refund you your money. Just go find somewhere else. But this guy was super 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 cool, and he actually just gave me the upgrade. Um, because he was like, yeah, well it's not really your fault that this happened, and like that there was a mix up. It's not really your fault, so I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade you, no extra charge. And I was like, are you serious? Like that's awesome. So it was like really really cool. And but yeah, so we ended up going there. It was so nice. It was on that like that strip where the Arc de Triomphe is at. But yeah, it was like really cool. Like there was like the McDonald's like right down the street that had like the real golden arches or something. I don't remember correctly, but that's what they were like telling us or something. But it was like super awesome. Um, Everything about Paris was amazing. Absolutely loved it. Like we were really close to like the Arc de Triomphe, so we walked there on the first day, I believe. And we also went to go to like the local grocery store just to buy some groceries. And I did take 2 semesters. No, it was 1 semester of French, and from there I would just kind of been like using Duolingo, to kind of like keep my French like fresh or whatever. And it really really like helped. At one point at the grocery store, I was asking for cheese, and I was like asking because I mean everyone in like Paris, or at least like in like the touristy parts of Paris, they all speak French, English, and I believe like Spanish or something like that, which is really cool. They speak like they're trilingual, which I'm trying to be because I speak Spanish, English, and then I speak a little bit of French. But yeah, so I was asking the guy, I was like, "Do you guys have cheese? Like, just cheese? Like, I don't know, like cheese. Like, I don't even know how to like explain it." I was just like, "I just need cheese." He was like, what? Like, what?" And I was like, "Cheese." And I was like, "Queso." Like, I don't know. And then I started like thinking back to like my 1 semester of French, and it really really helped out because I was like thinking about it, and I was like, "Oh, fromage." I forgot what I said. I was like, "Donde está la fromage?" But I said it all in French. Like it wasn't like half Spanish. And then he was like, "Oh, oui," and then he like pointed upstairs, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know there was an upstairs." And I ran upstairs. There was like 50 different kinds of cheese, and I just kind of got some basic one. We were just gonna make some like ham and cheese sandwiches to like um, eat while we were like out and like doing stuff and stuff, so it can just be a little cheaper.